So good morning. I'm just standing here out of the rain, right? Because it started pissing down when I was drinking my coffee. And so I was looking at YouTube and I've seen Dr. Michael Mosley, a rather nice British fellow who knows what he's talking about when it comes to health, longevity and lifestyle. So I do listen to Dr. Michael Mosley, and you should never listen to me because I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But you should always listen to Dr. Michael Mosley and maybe even look at his books, look at his YouTube channel, and look up and subscribe to his website. But basically, he's just put something out this morning about the state of Australian health, which is occasionally what I bitch about. I've had a couple of conversations this week about health, and some people may know that I've moved out of Sydney. I'm up the coast these days. And one thing I've noticed is, as a guy who spent a lot of time in health, because look, I've been competing in martial arts since I was a teenager, and I'm in my 50s now. I look around and the state of health that I see is fucking disgusting. I look around and everywhere I look, even in the kids, I see irritable bowel. It's huge, huge. And typically what you'll see is maybe a young person, quite thin, but they'll have a bulging stomach, an inflamed gut. And I see that everywhere. And I see it in the adults as well. But seeing it in kids is really disturbing. And the reason I mention it is because I'm seeing it in a lot of the people I love and really care about. And basically I'm watching a lot of the people I love and really care about, and I'm watching them die slowly. I'm looking at the early sizes of liver failure, liver disease, heart disease, diabetes. It's a big one. And I can literally see it. I can see it in the colour of their skin. I can see it in the eyes as well. You can look at the back of someone's hands. You can see the freckles and you can see the age spots on their hands. You can see the yellowing skin. That's not normal. It's just that the rate at which it's occurred, people think it is, and it's not. And it's actually gotten to the point where Dr. Michael Mosley is walking through my old neighbourhood, Bondi Beach, and he's going, guys, you have a health epidemic. Most of you are ill. And I put something up the other week, and I was saying about, 52% of you are sick. And then I said to myself, oh no, I shouldn't say that, not without actually checking the government statistics. So I checked the government website on health and obesity, and I went, F me. It's not longer 52%, it's 67% of Australians are overweight, and at least 13% of them are obese. So if it's at 67% are overweight, you can bet that metabolic disease is even higher, much higher. So if you're talking about being at risk of catching Mexican beer, you're in that high risk group, 67%. And you'll even get people who think they're healthy, but they're still suffering metabolic disease. And literally, I look around, and if I see someone who's healthy, they are in the minority. And I say this because I had a chat with a friend this week, lovely guy, I've known him for years, very intelligent guy. He wanted to fucking argue with me about it. I said, mate, the reason why certain people, and these people seem to be in the minority, because you're at the point now where healthy people are saying, listen, don't include me with the rest of you because I'm healthy. The way I live my life is I've actually got my eyes open and I'm aware. Because I don't shop in the middle 4 aisles of Coles. And that's what it comes down to. If you're eating stuff that comes out of a box, stuff that's processed, you've been eating that, over the last 30 years, chances are you do have a metabolic problem. You do. Unfortunately, certain preservatives, certain food colorings, originally when they were released into, for public consumption, it was assumed that we wouldn't be eating these foods more than once or twice a week. Unfortunately, just because of the way things have worked out, people tend to eat these foods on a daily basis, and your liver cannot cope. So as a result, we're seeing chronic levels of disease, of metabolic disease. And I actually had a friend I spoke to yesterday, and he's another health coach, and he was saying, Calvin, we're in the 5%. And I said, it's probably less than 5%, mate. But most people are ill. They can't shit straight, they can't pee straight, they think it's normal. It's not normal, guys. Look at your face. If you're suffering inflammation, that's not normal. Look at me. I've had a couple of nights not sleeping and my face is puffy. But people look at me and say, oh, it's all right for you, mate. You've got good genetics. No, we've all got the same bloody genetics unless you're a chimpanzee. So what it comes down to is, what people believe is the normal healthy diet is not a normal healthy diet. We eat way too much, and we eat way too much of the wrong things when we eat way too much. Most people eat because it's lunchtime. Most people eat because it's dinner time. No, you should eat when you're hungry. When you drink, you should drink when you're thirsty. I was talking to a friend of mine, hello darling, because I can see you there, and I was saying, if you drink more than 1 can of Coke a week, you've actually already overloaded your liver. You have 1 can of Coke. In fact, 1 can of Coke is more than the prescribed portion size for the preservatives that are in a can of Coke. So you shouldn't even drink a whole can, and that should be you for the week. And I go out and I'll go through the supermarket and I'll see bloody family-sized bottles of Coke. That's like 3 months worth of Coke, and I know they're going to drink that in a couple of days. So look, we're seeing it everywhere. So if you don't take my word for it, jump onto YouTube, check out Dr. Michael Mosley, because he's at Bondi Beach, and he's actually going through with the gym that I used to spend a lot of time at. And and even if you go to that gym, you've got people doing chin-ups and press-ups, and look at their stomachs. And if you see any inflammation, there you go. It's probably irritable bowel, or IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, or some sort of leaky gut, or inflammation, and it's chronic. And one of the reasons I really press on about this is because working in the consulting space and with my knowledge of health, half the reason why the directors and company owners that I work with are dicks is because they've got some sort of a metabolic issue. And where do you produce your dopamine? That feel-good chemical. Not in your brain, it comes from your gut. So if your gut's out and your mood's out, there you go. Or if your mood's out, it's probably because your gut's out. You're actually, as a human being, when you wake up in the morning, if you're healthy, you should actually have a feeling of well-being. You should actually feel healthy when you wake up first thing in the morning. If you don't, that's a sign of disease. The problem is, it is so prevalent, people wake up in the morning as a grumpy bitch, and they think it's normal. It's not normal, guys. If you're a healthy human being, you should actually feel happy and optimistic, because your neurotransmitters are balanced. So if life to you seems like it's a chore, it's a sign of ill health. And there you go. When babies wake up, do they wake up bitching and moaning? And even if they are bitching and moaning, after you've changed the nappy, how long are they bitching and moaning for? Not for long. And that's because they're healthy, and then you feed them crap, and after a while, everyone's bitching and moaning. So guys, look, I'm only saying this because I want you to be well and live well, and basically because I'm sick of watching my friends get sick and die. I've already put a few friends in the ground, and I'm tired of it. I don't want to be doing it anymore. And also, I don't like hanging around with grumpy bastards. So I'm doing this totally selfishly. So please, put the pies down. Get yourself a steak. Eat the fat first. Go for grass-fed meats. Cut foods that... Look, if you pick up something in a supermarket and it's got more than 3 E numbers in it, simple, don't eat it. Go to the salad counter. Pick up some veggies. Pick up a steak. And the reason why grass-fed and free-range meats is better is because, unfortunately, when you feed animals a lot of feed that they're not evolved to eat, it affects the quality of the meat. It affects the enzymes that are in the meat, and then when we eat those portions of meat, we get those enzymes, and then those enzymes have a very similar effect on us. So I don't believe in all this bloody factory farming. It's not a good idea. It's not a good idea. Animals aren't meant to be bloody raised like that. And we raise sick animals and then we eat them. What do you think that does for us, guys? The hormones in those animals, especially if they're mammals, affect us the same way. So if you can, go to your farmer's market, support the farmer's markets and all that kind of stuff. It's not hard, people, and actually it's probably cheaper. So look, please, put the boxed pizzas down. Definitely don't give it to your kids. There are healthy options. And the information's free, it's out there, it's everywhere. For sources as to how to adopt a healthy lifestyle, I recommend intermittent fasting. I've been doing it for years. As a martial artist, I've had some shocking injuries. I've rebuilt my shoulders, I've rebuilt both my knees. One of my knees I've rebuilt twice. I've had significant back and spinal injury, and I've basically let my body heal itself. How? Because I have a low inflammation diet. So if you look up a diabetes diet, it's basically a low inflammation diet. It will help heal your gut. And once your gut's working, you'll be surprised how well and how quickly your body heals itself. We've been around for millions of years, people. We weren't always injecting ourselves with shit. When you're healthy and your body repairs and renews itself, there's a hell of a lot of medication you don't need. I don't know if it was not Hippocrates, I can't remember who said it, some old Greek geezer several thousand years ago. He said, wait for it, let food be your medicine. You are what you eat. Where do you think the constituents of your body comes from? They come from your diet. You eat shit, you're going to have a shit body, and your ability for your body to heal and repair itself is going to be crap as well. So basically, eat healthy, and you'll find that you won't end up, at the doctors. I mean, I catch a cold, if I'm lucky, once every 5 years. I can't remember the last time I've had flu. Honestly, I can't. I mean, maybe when I was a kid. I don't catch infectious crap. Because I look after myself and I've got a very strong, very active immune system. If I'm wrestling, if I'm sparring and I catch a cut, I catch a punch, I get a split, usually I'm fully healed within a day and a half maximum. Basically, I have a hell of a lot of collagen in my diet. It's my food that heals me. I don't get infections easily. It's my food that heals me. I eat spices and all the rest of it. Now, if you do need to go to your doctor, you do have something wrong with you, don't be a dick. Go to your doctor. But honestly, you should find that your body heals so quickly that it's an afterthought. If you do have an illness or any sort of symptom and it lasts more than 2 or 3 days, get yourself to the doctor or get yourself to the medical centre. But basically, your body should heal almost as you notice you have an injury or as you notice that you have an issue. But honestly, guys, if you look down and you can't see your dick, you have a problem. If you're a guy, and look, this is the thing that makes me laugh. A lot of guys come to me when their dick's not working. That's usually a really late sign that you're in bad health. If you're in your 40s as a guy or in your 50s and you're having sexual dysfunction, you've probably been sick for a long time. And the reason I point this out is because I've got guys in their mid-20s coming to me now talking about testosterone therapy. Really? In their 20s? Jesus, you should be flipping denting minis with your dick. And unfortunately with women, it's actually because hormonal sensitivity, you're hormonal sensitive, so you really do need to get yourself looked at. And people may say, it's all right for you, mate, you ain't got no kids. Guys, I live a bloody hard life. I do. I just live it well. And I live it from the inside. I make myself happy first, and I generally find that everything else comes together and works. So like I said, the only reason I'm bitching is because I'm being selfish and I don't want to see my friends die. I've been to a couple of my mates' funerals for dumb shit. People who are young, should have been fit, but they've died of either cancer or something like that. And, no. And it should be quite obvious. If you've got children with diabetes, that's telling you that society itself is an issue. Now, don't bitch on about the government, because the government didn't put that fucking pie in your mouth. You take responsibility for yourself. Don't blame anyone else for your state of ill health. So anyway, I love you. I love you. But put the pie down, honestly, and reach for a steak. Reach for some smoked salmon. Scrambled eggs in butter. Hey, breakfast of champions. So anyway, the rain's stopped. I'm going to continue my walk and get another coffee. But love you. Peace out. And I'll catch you lot later. Ta-da.